I think one thing that's interesting, though, is that for so many years, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, it's time for diversity training. And then let's throw up the PowerPoint slides and we're going to learn how to be more diverse and more inclusive through PowerPoint. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that what needs to really happen here is the fact that we need to sit down. And just as you said the word several times, we need to communicate. We need to be vulnerable, and we need to just have a discussion, and we need to talk, because I think a lot of people are just really uncomfortable and they don't know how to act or what to say or how to be inclusive or how to be diverse. And it just means you have to be vulnerable and say, hey, I don't know what's the first step that I need to take in order to do something. What's your take on the PowerPoint versus actually having a discussion method?
You brought up something that's very, very recent conversations I've been in with Stephanie Gorm of the Volunteer Hampton Roads and Mary Kate Andrus as well, YWCA, and Ted Counts, our membership vice president for the chamber. And we talked about that. We said, look, PowerPoint presentations and applications that say, hey, go through this and then get to the end and print your certificate and say, look, I'm diversity trained, throw it in a drawer and be done with it, will absolutely work in a negative direction for you. Because what's going to happen is somebody's going to challenge you and they're going to come in and here's the next level of diversity and inclusion, right? So we'll address the race issues, we'll address the male-female issues in the working environment. But the next level is, where's your organization at on helping the disabled? Where they at? Does your organization have Braille on the wall for people that come in? Does your organization, as we saw through COVID-19, have childcare for families that are struggling to find care for their kids? So sitting there and saying, let's think of a PowerPoint presentation that'll get me through this so I can put a certificate on my wall is the exact wrong way to go. And I applaud Mary Kate Andrus for coming up with these just dinner. And I can't say it's her idea. I don't know exactly where it started, but she's the one that introduced it to me, where we have these roundtable in your face discussions about what inclusion means to people and how we can address them from different levels. So the phase one, I would say for people, is to not depend on those PowerPoints and those applications, but to have those in person or through virtual, like we're doing now, discussions thanks to COVID, to say, hey, how can we begin to make a difference? And then hear from people and hear their real emotions about how we can make a difference, as opposed to the applications that, to me, just don't work.